Hey guys, today we're gonna go over the forehand finishes and the backhand finishes. I'm gonna go over all of the options that you have for those finishes and also the mistakes that you do not want to make on the finish on both sides. Remember that even if you're doing your stroke really nicely but you're finishing the wrong way, it can really hurt your stroke. So you want to make sure that your finish is solid and you're not doing something that could cause you to make a lot of mistakes or also to get injured. So there's a lot of variations on the forehand side of how to finish. I'm sure you guys have noticed that there's a lot of pros and you see them all kind of finishing in a different way. Also, you see them, maybe the same player finishing differently in different shots, and there is a reason for that. Okay, first we are going to go over the high finish, the over the shoulder finish up here. Okay, so this was more of an old-fashioned finish. A lot of players still use it and it's really good also. So you finish and you finish over the shoulder. Usually it's really tough to grab it when it's over the shoulder. So most players that finish over the shoulder just kind of leave the hand around this area and finish all the way through. Usually when I teach my kids and they're learning the very first steps, it's good that they finish up here so that they do always finish the stroke and they're not just hitting the ball like this. When they go over the shoulder, they really got to make sure that they finish. Now, a more modern finish, and one that I do like better and tend to gravitate to teach my students, is the shoulder finish. So more around this area here on the shoulder. Here you can grab it more. You can either grab it or not grab it with any finish, guys. That is personal preference. I do teach my students to grab it when it's here because it seems to be a little bit easier when they do that to also recover back here, recover to the middle with this left hand. So they grab it and they can recover here a little bit faster, and it seems a little bit more simple to teach that way. But again, some of them do have a really nice loose finish here, and they also do a really good job with their recovery. Now with the high finish over the shoulder, what we do want to make sure, guys, is that we are still going through the ball nicely and extending before we finish, and not just kind of lifting and lifting up my body to finish this way, because then the ball is either going to overspin and it's not going to go through the court, or maybe if you're something wrong here with your swing and you do that and you open the racket and you try to finish, it's going to fly out. You're not going to be able to control it. So it's really important that you do stay still, extend, and then after that, then you can do the over the shoulder finish to make sure you're doing a good job. Okay, and then with the, why I really love the shoulder finish, which is very common these days, is because it is a little bit easier to extend and go through the ball when you have a shoulder finish, because it's not going up so high, but I'm a little bit more here already. Either you grab it or don't grab it. So it's also good. Both are really good finishes. So this is the one I use the most right here. Now we have a lower finish that is also common, and it's a little bit lower. It's more like on the elbow down here. And again, some people grab it, some people don't grab it. It really is personal preference. So it's around this area. It's lower. Okay, so they finish down here. Now the reason that some players do that, usually players that generate a lot of spin and they have a really fast acceleration with their hand, and sometimes they need for the ball to land in the court. Sometimes they do that low finish so that the ball really takes that loop and lands in the court, because they just have so much acceleration, and that's the only way for them to be able to hit their hard shot and for the ball to land in. You know, if they had acceleration, maybe they went up, the ball would fly more for them. So it depends on your game style. It depends on your acceleration and technique. If you guys need a little bit of help with your finish and think maybe you're not finishing the right way, let me know. I can take a look at your video. I do video analysis, and check out our coaching app. Make sure to sign up there so that if you need any help with anything, I can take a look. But anyhow, so those are the three finishes, guys. So we got over the shoulder, we got right here on the shoulder, and we got the elbow, a lower finish. Now, of course, we do have the Nadal finish up here. That is, we want to do, it's not that it's bad, but we do want to do that on extreme situations. Maybe we're running for a shot and we're super late. Yeah, that does happen. but we do not want to finish like that all the time. I don't recommend it. Because it's really hard to go through the ball doing that. Nadal was a very specific case that it worked for him. Just make sure you are following through in your shots in whichever 3 of those finishes. Now, there's a reason why we finish differently on different shots, and that is because sometimes, for example, when the ball is low, I can't really, it's really sometimes hard to finish all the way up here because I do want to stay still on this ball and not lift it up so it goes flying up because it's so low. So then when the ball is lower, it is normal for the finish to be a little bit lower because I'm trying to brush up, I'll do it here, trying to brush up on this ball and then make it land in the court, especially when I'm even closer to the net. And I'm really trying to make that ball land in. So that's why you see the lower finishes on those low balls. Also, sometimes when you have a higher ball that you're gonna attack, you may see a player that is used to finishing over the shoulder, but you may see it finishing on the shoulder because it's more natural on that high ball. So it varies, and sometimes players don't realize that they are doing this. If you ask me, to me, I always finish on the shoulder, but when I see myself, it varies depending on the ball that I'm hitting, and that is okay. Now, the things we don't want to do on the finish, guys, and this is really important, you got to make sure that you're not making these mistakes, is this finish. For example, we hit the shot and we finish this way. Okay, the racket never turned. So we made contact here and we finish around here like this. Okay, see my racket never turned. We want to make sure that our racket always turns. See how the strings are facing? If I'm facing the court, that would be over there. The strings need to turn to the side. This motion right here. If it doesn't do that, it doesn't turn, that means you guys are not moving the hands and struggling, of course, to hit spin, because that needs to happen every time, whether I finish high, I finish shoulder, or I finish lower. It always turns. And also there's one more we really don't want to do, and it's sometimes when we're struggling to hit spin and we're trying, but maybe our strings are still a little bit open, and what we try to fix it in this spin, we over rotate this way and we finish this way. Usually I see people even twisting over here and finishing this way, and somehow trying to make spin and fixing it this way. We do not want to force the arm this way. This is going to cause you injuries. Okay, finish the lowest it can be is here, and we just don't over rotate this way. That's going to cause your shoulder to hurt. It's going to cause injuries. So if you're doing that, there must be something wrong here on the contact or before that is making you compensate by doing this and making the ball in the court, because you should be able to go more freely and finish the proper way. So make sure that your finishes looks good. It's really important. Now for the backhand, it's a little bit more simple. There aren't as many variations, and basically we do want to finish on the backhand, guys, over the shoulder. It's quite simple. We want to finish here. The lowest would be maybe slightly on the side of the shoulder, but not really a little lower than that. We want to be over the shoulder right here. That's it. There's no more variations, because we do need to finish with both arms. We can't. This is what happens when we do the mistakes. I see players trying to compensate, making the ball in, and I see them finish down here. Look how my wrist is suffering here. I can't finish any lower on the backhand because I'm going to get injured, and it's also just not natural. The natural thing it is to hit over the shoulder. Make sure that your elbows are nice and up. They're not tucked in. We also don't. This is also a common mistake that I see. Finishing here with the elbows really close to the body. We do want to make sure that we lift them so that it can be over the shoulder. That is really, really common mistake that I see. People finishing low here, and it causes injuries, and it's just not going to give you a consistent backhand. And now the last mistake would also be to over rotate and hit down here. That we don't want to do for spin. We want to hit spin and brush up on the ball. This is not gonna be good for you. If you have your racket open and you feel like you need to do that to fix it, there is something wrong with your shot before you're finished, and you need to make sure to fix that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video so I can keep making videos like this for you guys. Also, don't forget to check out our coaching app if you guys need any help. We do exclusive content there. We do video analysis and really just provide you guys with a lot of great information. You can talk to us. And it is a great tool to have so that you keep seeing improvement all the time. Also, don't forget to check the description for all the products that I like to recommend, wear, and use daily. And see you guys soon.